Welcome back to What's Next? Living Longer, Better, Smarter. We appreciate you spending time with us. This episode, Innovation and Inspiration, is made possible by the AgeTech Collaborative from AARP, leading a global mission to improve people's lives as they age. Learn how they bring together leading startups, forward-thinking investors, enlightened enterprises, and creative testbeds to make AgeTech innovations a reality. For more, visit agetechcollaborative.org. I'm Fred Fishkin along with Mary Furlong. Hi, Mary. Welcome to the month of March.
Wow, it's hard to believe, isn't it? So spring is almost here. We have daffodils everywhere, and we have a great lineup of guests for everyone today.
We do. We're going to be talking to a 16-year-old high school student who's using AI to protect older adults from scams. Wait until you see what she's doing and the reason why. Stay tuned. First, we are going to learn about the latest winner of the Aging Made Easier pitch event from the AgeTech Collaborative. With us from the collaborative is Amelia Hay. Hi, Amelia.
Hi, Fred.
And from Vermut, CEO Fernando Dellepiane will be joining us.
Thank you both for joining us today on the podcast. And this is just perfect for our viewers and listeners. Amelia, you've been on top of so many trends. Let's start with you. Tell us about the concept of having various competitions. And this one was at Vive 2025 in Nashville and had some great finalists.
Yeah, so we run about 3 different kinds of pitch events, and the Vive one is kind of our tried and true, where it's a pitch competition with a winner, and they win $10,000. We do it with partners because I think it helps get our name out, and we love to be in conferences where we can kind of celebrate startups and allow the audience to see these newcomers, and pick. We have judges that pick a winner. We also do open mic challenges, which are closed, and that's really us kind of looking at startups and kind of like a closed Shark Tank. And then we do, of course, the AgeTech After Dark that we've discussed in other podcasts, where it's dinner and it's kind of a lively event at night, but it's also a pitch event where we choose a winner for the prize money of $10,000.
It's really interesting, Amelia, because people can learn from each other, even if you don't win the competition, right?
That's right. I think, the pitch events are really interesting because when you pitch, if you have a really tight pitch and you can explain your product and people understand it, it goes a long way, and it actually helps you win, I think, because it's a succinct message. And, for us, when we host these pitch events, sometimes we have a winner and sometimes we don't. And to move along in our process and get invited into the accelerator program, you don't necessarily have to win. I mean, usually the winners do proceed on, but we also look at all the other contestants, and it's great. We're just trying to fuel our growth with startups and find more, stunning startups out there.
Well, the winner this time out was Vermut, Vermut. Give us a little background of what they're about, and we're going to see some video too from the company.
This is about social engagement, and they're actually in Europe very successfully, and it's about, social isolation is obviously so impactful on health. It's as if you feel socially isolated, it is as unhealthy as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. And so what Vermut has been able to do is bring together these communities where there may be older people, but they want to get together. And so they're connecting people. And so people have a social outlet, and they can decide how they want to meet and see these people in their communities. So it's, I think we've looked at a lot of solutions like this, and this one clearly has a lot of traction in Europe, and I can't wait to see what happens in the US.
Let's bring in Fernando from the winning startup Vermut. Fernando, congratulations, and give us the overview of what you're all about. We should note that you're traveling and you graciously have joined us from the road in an airport, I think.
Yes. So thanks a lot for having me. I'm the co-founder of Vermut. We're 2 founders of this app. We basically focused on loneliness and isolation, but we have started with a non-patronizing touch. So we make everything accessible. So the older adult or user, he's the one using our platform. And mainly what you get in when you sign up is the ability to meet people in your city. So you're going to be able to see people near you. You're going to be able to match with people like-minded with the same background that likes things you like, and be able to join events, create your own events, and make friends in your community.
Sounds a lot like some of the dating apps out there. So you're matching people together based on their interests and their geographical location?
Yeah, let me jump in that, because there's a big gap between dating and friendship, and we focused on friendship. Everything is done in groups. We think that dating is a big thing. On older adults, we have people that got married in our app. They met in our app and ended up getting married, but that's not the focus. The focus is allowing people to meet a community in which they can make a group of friends.
Tell us how you're planning to grow this, bringing it to this side of the pond, so to speak.
Yeah, so, well, luckily I met Amelia a way back, and I had the chance to pitch in Nashville. I think I met a lot of people there. Now, it would be amazing to be part of the ecosystem of AgeTech Collaborative, and I'm now in New York because we're pushing for some pilots with different organizations locally. So the state does a lot of stuff related to innovation in older adults and aging, and the city of New York also has a lot of senior centers that are really innovative. And also we met another NGO that is focused on literacy on technology, which is Oats, and they have Senior Planet, which is really interested in also bringing us in.
Oats is part of AARP.
Yeah, right. True.
Fernando, tell us about the name.
Okay, this one is something that started up as a joke, and ended up being one of the key organic kind of successes in Spain. All countries which have Latin roots, such as Italy, Spain, Portugal, Argentina, which I'm from, there's a ritual surrounding the drink of Vermut, which is basically gathering with friends before lunch or dinner, and just mingling around and having a social moment before going to your family and having lunch or dinner. So that ritual is mainly something that the generation of people over 60 used to do a lot, and they continue doing it. So the values and the vision of the company is allowing people to come back to those roots and join in a social aspect to share.
And you don't want your friendships to be on the rocks.
Well, that's a good point. Like you never think about people socializing surrounding a whiskey. Maybe at least in these countries, Vermut is the drinking, which is socializing.
Just wonderful. So tell us how the financial aspect of this works. Do people subscribe to it? How does this all come together for you?
Okay, so we started in a business to consumer kind of strategy. So people join. There's one aspect that is really important. So if you're a creator, so if you're an influencer in your community, you're not going to pay anything, and you're going to be able to do whatever you want because we pamper them. But then if you join, you get an amount of activities you can do freely, and then you're going to have to pay. In the case of Europe, it's 24 euros a year. So it's kind of 2 euros a month, and you get all the app unlocked for you. And then partnerships with different type of professionals that, like, let's say a yoga teacher. They join, they pay a monthly fee, and they get to upload any content they want in the platform. Same thing with travel agencies. But now what we're seeing, and we're really happy that we're signing one of the biggest banks in Spain and one big insurance company as well, that they're going to be paying for their members the subscription of the platform.
Fernando, I'm curious as to why a relatively young guy and a relatively young co-founder got into this space. What pulled you into the idea of doing something like this for older adults?
Okay, so this is a personal thing. I'm the youngest of a big family. My grandparents were amazing, and I've always spent a lot of time with them. And since I met them obviously when they were already over 75. So I already saw how a lot of people treated them in a patronizing way. it's like a positive discrimination. And I was young. Then I was doing my MBA and started researching on how to disrupt this industry, because my dad got retired at 55, then started working again, luckily, because I saw how that impacted him and my mom. My mom, I think it was the first time they could have divorced, because she was like, these guys all over the place in the house. And then they really retired both, and they moved to Malaga. So I'm Argentinian. They moved to Malaga, which is kind of the Florida of Spain, and they started needing a lot our attention. So I have a brother, so he started calling them every day. I started calling every 3 days, but they were waiting for that call. And I'm talking about two parents that are like completely healthy, luckily. They travel the world, super active, and they were waiting for my call. And I'm really transparent, and I have a really great relationship with them. And I was straightforward and said, like, why are you waiting for my call? You could be calling me. This is an equal relationship. I'm not going to be having guilt because I have to call you or not. What's the deal? So like, okay, we just got here. We don't have a group of friends. So yeah, we're waiting for your call. And I said, like, okay, but the issue is not me not calling. The issue is you not having good plans and stuff to do. So I was working on another startup back then, and I thought, like, okay, like this is a big issue for me. I spoke with this friend, the one I co-founded Vermut, and I said, like, is this going on with your family as well? He said, like, yeah, my parents are divorced and my mom is really depressed because of it. And I said, like, okay, let's do something about this. This is a big issue. And now my parents, by the way, they have a big group in Malaga of local people, and they don't expect my call anymore. They call me to tell, like, we're traveling to Morocco, with our friends.
Really neat. So for more info, where should we send people?
So you can download the app in the US already. Just search for Vermut app, and you can also find in vermutapp.com, and you'll be able to gossip around and then jump into the app if you want to.
That's VERMUT.
Amelia, this is just another startup, another example of the work you're doing at the collaborative, really attending to the social mission of the organization. So boosting companies that can make a difference in improving life. Tell us more about what's on the horizon for the collaborative.
We're just continuing to grow and build our awareness. And I think, there's a global kind of strategy that I think we're going to embark on. And I just really, I really feel like we're gathering a lot of strength around the importance of solving and finding solutions that impact aging. And I think we're really making a dent.
I agree. And it's the day we can announce that we are working on the Longevity Venture Summit. And this year, we're pleased to announce that you're the co-host with me of that event. And we have hundreds of investors we're going to bring there. And of course, partnering that will happen. Again, this kind of collaboration of fostering connections.
I'm so honored to be co-hosting that event with you. And I think we're going to really make it a successful one with bringing in venture firms and startups too.
Mary, our next guest, isn't exactly an older adult. In fact, she is 16, a high school student from Frisco, Texas, and she is doing some remarkable things with a great story to tell. Meet Tejasvi Manoj. Hi, Tejasvi.
Hello, thank you so much for having me here today. I'm so excited to talk with both of you.
And we're thrilled to have you. And thanks, Brett, for finding this jewel. We're so excited to have you join us on the podcast and tell everyone about the important work you're doing to help protect older adults from scams. So tell us more about yourself, what you're developing, and how this all got started.
So my name is Tejasvi. I'm currently a junior at Lebanon Trail High School in Frisco, Texas, and I'm currently working towards graduating high school, and I'll major in computer science. So I've currently created a AI tool called Shield Seniors, in which we provide real-time assistance for senior citizens regarding any of their cybersecurity needs. This started last summer when my grandfather almost became a victim of cybercrime. Someone who was posing to be our family member texted him asking for money, and he was about to send this person the money, but luckily our family caught on and realized that this was actually a scammer. And after hearing about this, I decided to do some research as I became intrigued as to how cybersecurity worked for seniors. And I found some pretty shocking statistics, like the FBI gets over 2,000 cyber complaints per day, resulting in over billions of dollars in damages. And senior citizens, over 75% of senior citizens don't even know basic cyber safety practices. So the idea of this came out after finding out that there were courses out there that offered senior citizens cybersecurity lessons. However, these require the help of others. And the goal was to make sure that senior citizens were going to be digitally independent, which is why I decided to create Shield Seniors, which allows senior citizens to do that.
So step us through how you hope to bring this to market and how you envision this working. Maybe you could even show us a bit.
So this is the front page of Shield Seniors. Currently, it is a website. So our first main pillar is the Learn section, and this has a bunch of brief, basic information that we believe is the most important for senior citizens to know, such as having strong passwords, identifying scams and frauds, and overall protecting your privacy. And also, senior citizens are able to also look at external sources if they want more information. Our next tool is an AI chatbot called Ask. And this is where senior citizens can ask any of their questions and they will get short responses. And this was very important to us, especially since if you use ChatGPT, you'll get these really long extended responses that are really hard to. The goal was to make sure that it was very understandable, but also informative as well. So if I ask a question, it will answer the question instantly. And here they've only given 2 to 3 lines of response, and I'll make sure to tell you to have characters that are 12 letters long and all the information that you need to know. So that is very helpful. Our next section is the Analyze section, and this one was especially important. This will allow you to input images of your text messages and your emails, and then it will identify if that is fraudulent or not. So if senior citizens get an email or a text message from someone that they don't really know if it's secure to respond to or not, they can easily just upload a browser file. So let me upload an image. And it shows the image that you're uploading. So we want to see if this is fraudulent or not. They can just click this button and they will get a response. And this response is super important as well because it analyzes the image. It gives you the response that this could be, they are 95% confident this is a scam, but it also gives an explanation as to why. It shows you the parts that are suspicious and the reason as to why it could be a scam, because it's important to educate and to make sure that this is something that a mistake that they never make again and something that they're more aware of. And then our last part is the report section, where we have compiled a list of different places you can report your cyber scams. Only 13% of seniors actually report when they face cyber scams, and that causes, these scammers or hackers to perform more of these cyber crimes. So we provided a list where you can just click on the link and you can easily just report your cyber scam. And then the last 2 sections are the help and the help section, where we just provide a basis on Shield Seniors, and a feedback section, which provides a feedback loop into which if you have something that you want to be added or if you have some feedback on the product, we will easily respond to it. So that is Shield Seniors.
Now, you had taken some courses, right, to enable you to put this together?
Yes. So cybersecurity, I'm currently taking a cybersecurity class at my school. I've also taken a bunch of computer science courses in my school as well. I've attended a lot of coding data science camps, such as with Girls Who Code, or I also attended a Mark Cuban AI camp that enabled me to really be able to learn artificial intelligence. In terms of this project, I did use Udemy a lot as well because it was provided by my library, and they have a lot of really great courses on generative AI. So I've also used that as well.
How have you learned the skills in order to create this? What resources did you tap?
As I mentioned, I used a lot of my teachers as well. They've been teaching me computer science and cybersecurity and all the coding regarding this. They've been teaching me for many years as well. So I'm really grateful to them. I also attended a lot of camps outside as well. So I attended Girls Who Code with Clossie, the Mark Cuban AI camp Mark Cuban AI bootcamp that allowed me to learn more about artificial intelligence and the different types. For Shield seniors specifically, for the coding that needed to be done for that, I used Udemy and I watched a lot of generative AI courses that allowed me to learn more about the coding and how to choose the right models and much more, and implementing those models as well.
Well, you are going to be a young talent to watch. I'm still teaching at Santa Clara. I'm sure we'd love to see you apply there. But congratulations on all you're doing. Your grandfather and your family must be so proud of you. And as someone who's dedicated much of my life to helping older adults use technology, it's just so exciting to see that you've pursued the project, you've built something, and that you found time in your day to be with us today. So we look forward to following your journey on this. Maybe apply to our business plan competition. Thank you again.
Tejasvi, before I let you go, we just want to know what has to happen now to get this into the hands of us older adults.
So currently I've tested with a pretty small senior citizen senior audience, and I'd love to expand the audience in general. In order to gain some valuable feedback. Also, currently, I'm using a free Google AI model, and I would love to be able to get some funding through grants or investments or whatnot in order to be able to use a better model as well. Also, I'm also planning to work on a mobile app for Shield seniors. Currently, we are just a website, but obviously an app would be so much easier to just put a text message or put an email through. So that is also my plan.
How can people reach you?
Oh, people can reach me through my LinkedIn. My LinkedIn is Tejasvi Manoj, and they can just connect with me or message me. I love to talk to new people and I love to hear new perspectives. So feel free to do that.
Tejasvi, congratulations on what you're accomplishing, and there's so much more ahead. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's really heartening to see that kind of drive, not to mention intelligence and compassion in a high school student. And I'm also so impressed with Fernando of Vermut, and always impressed by Amelia Hay and the team at the AgeTech Collaborative. Very exciting.
And we appreciate our guests spending time with us. Thank you as well to our sponsor for this episode, the AgeTech Collaborative from AARP, leading a global mission to improve people's lives as they age. We appreciate all of you for watching or listening. Remember, you can always find us at maryfurlong.com/podcasts.